respected. All about him. Am I wrong? Yeah. Oh, shucks. And he is a total operator, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in Ocean City now. Oh, yeah, for the week. With the family. Oh, right next to it, yes. Is that where your boy Stefanski
Another
is?
award-winning, thought-provoking, action-packed edition of the Tony Basilio Show is coming up next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com, home of the Tony Basilio Show.
Yeah, I saw that. New York Post. I go, oh, this is, I guarantee you, Titan Bill. I mean, if he could afford it, probably the discounted 1 month rate.
Interesting.
When he calls in next time, if he comes in to ask, don't put my name. On the way out the door, how much money did you spend on Donna Mills' OnlyFans account?
I don't think she's on his radar. He would go, Tony, I don't like Donna Mills.
I mean, I mean, 85 years old.
Is this lady hurting for money, Maury? Like, where's the integrity of these people anymore?
I don't know. He's in Brigantine. He wasn't out.
You found the Tony Basilio
Brigantine,
stream
home of the
at
castle.
TonyBasilio.com.
Castle.
Or on your smartphone.
All right, Maury,
or
ask
tablet. Another thrilling,
him
chilling,
about the
and
castle,
sometimes
the Brigantine
spilling
Castle.
edition of the Basilio Show is on the way next. Tips are always appreciated here at TonyBasilio.com.
All right, hey, I got to get on the air. I love you. Tell him I love him. Bye.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tony Basilio welcoming you to another edition of the show that has my name on it, but really, it's not about me. Show is not about me.
It's about us.
And it's about the fact that we're a couple more days closer to football season than we last talked. And it's about the fact that you take your eye off the prize in major college sports, and you just don't know where this thing's going and what's going to happen. And I'm to the point now where I think it's ridiculous as where we are. And by the way, I'm in my sitting on a bed here. So I'm in a house with a bunch of people in the house. And I'm kind of sitting here just sort of relaxing, peacing out. Ugh. So just kind of relaxing here. I'm working on my vacation. Bino, you should be doing today's show. You know what? I should be taking a day off, man.
Yes, you should, Tony. That doesn't seem to be your nature.
It's not in my nature. It's not because I hate you. Bino, how excited are you about the Yankees acquisition there at the deadline?
I think it'll certainly help Tony. He's a good left-handed stick. They probably needed right-handed hitters more. They're also, he's been a first baseman and a DH here lately with the Nats. I know he can play second. He can play shortstop. I would think they have a need for him more there than they do at first base and DH. But this team needs somebody to swing the bat from either side. So I'm for it. And Jake Bird is gone from the bullpen. Doval's gone from the bullpen. A bird in the bush is better than one in the Yankees bullpen. So I'm for that. Addition by subtraction.
So here we are. Action gets underway this week. Derek Owings gives the team back to Josh Heupel. As the throat wrote today, the Vols are bigger, faster, stronger. Will they be better? We'll see. I want to ask you about the three things in college football that you want to see this year, either for or against. Why are most of mine against, Bino? Why is it such a sport of spite? And by the way, they cannot involve the Vols. So the three things cannot involve the Vols. Why are we such people of spite, Beanstar, when you start making lists like this?
Be careful with that we, Tony. I could only find two I was against. I've got three I'm for and two I'm against. Now, I may get surly as the show goes on and find a third against. But right now, I'm more for than against.
So 865-200-5402. I'm supposed to be sitting outside doing this today. It's usually what I do, but it's raining here. So rainy days and Mondays always bring me down. Rainy Mondays always get me down. But here we are. We've got a lot to get into, very little time to get there. This isn't the most flattering angle of me, but hey, whatever. I quit caring a long time ago about flattering angles. Let's talk here. So we're all minding our own business Friday afternoon. And here comes a court ruling. And what about the court ruling? What about the court ruling? Well, it looks like all fifth-year guys are going to be able to be eligible and jump around. Meantime, your Tennessee Volunteers, your team, your town, your Vols, is maneuvering themselves. And I'll unpack that here momentarily. I'm for it, not against it. Rick Barnes is a stone-cold killer. This Tennessee basketball staff knows how to maneuver, and how to get things done. They're even using the courts to get things done. I'm to the point right now where with this change that we're seeing in major college sports, and I'm being serious now when I say this, I'm to the point right now where I really believe this. If I was coaching in today's game, okay, any of these sports, I would hold a couple scholarships at the back end of my deal. Because all that stands between you and the opportunity to expand your roster is a court ruling. And it's ridiculous. I mean, none of us understand it. Even people that work in it don't understand it. So the judge rules in Colorado, and it feels like as we go to bed Friday night, and those around these sports go to bed Friday night, that, hey, we got to figure out a way to get some of these fifth-year people or fifth-year people that played in the league last year that aren't NBA players in basketball on our roster. And if I have a few spots in football, figure out a way to get them here. And then, lo and behold, what we learn is that, no, that's not the case. What is the case is I can bring them back to my team if I have room. And then this whole thing about, I like the true believers that say, well, if you have room under the $21 million. I mean, is Santa Claus coming in the Easter Bunny? Is that where you're at? If that's you. I mean, are we kidding each other here? I mean, surely you're kidding. Don't call me Shirley. So I'm to the point right now where, as a blanket policy, till we get some kind of structure to this thing, I'm keeping scholarships if I'm Rick Barnes, if I'm Heupel, if I'm whomever, the baseball coach, whomever. I'm holding scholarships. It feels like right now, one of the people that Tennessee's been working on in baseball to try to get back is Reese Chapman. I think that is a poorly kept secret. I think he's the guy, the mystery man or whatever. I think that's been him. And my sense is, well, now they can do it. Of course, the NCAA is going to appeal. But this is where we are now. We're to the point where, and it's very confusing. I just want to address this on the front end, then we'll get into what we're going to get into. But it's an extremely confusing time to try and follow and care about these sports. And look, some upheaval, like I was saying Friday, makes me enjoy it more. That's an honest thing to say. Like, we were talking with a couple of my buddies from my hometown, Bruce Springsteen, and I'm just, I'm just sitting here going, okay, enough. Some upheaval's good. But when it becomes unfollowable, when it starts to piss you off. Like, can we just have a little bit of non-choppy waters? I mean, it's exhausting. That said, two other things to cover. Then I'm going to get Bino's thoughts and Bry's thoughts. We were telling you, and we were hearing as camp's gone on. Shout out Gary Stern Mortgage Investors Group, because I'm going to write about this in my Gary Stern Mortgage Investors Group basketball report. And then we're going to start doing some videos as we go. But that'll be when I get back into the Ville. But for right now, suffice it to say, Tennessee basketball realized, Houston, we have a problem. And the problem is these big people we got outside of Brown, how do I say this tactfully? Well, they can't play. I don't know any other way to put that. I mean, they're just... And look, there's a lot of time between now and it's kind of like the GMAC thing back in the spring. There's a lot of time between the spring and the summer, and maybe GMAC improves, and maybe he walks on the field the end of this week, and it's his job. Maybe he wins a job. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. You don't think that's going to happen. People over there don't think that's going to happen, but who knows? And in basketball, maybe a couple of these guys figure it out between now and then. But in the meantime, Tennessee's no. Bino, one thing about Rick Barnes and his staff, you got to give them credit. When they see a wrong, they right it, don't they? I mean, these people are trying. We've seen this down through the years. In recent years from these people, they don't play Beanstar. They're not in the mood to play. And none of their heroes appear on your stamps, Bino.
No, it's a very determined, quick decision staff. They're playing ahead of the game most of the time.
And so people get confused, because the thing I'm talking about here is Jalen Washington. Played at Vanderbilt last year, played in 36 games, averaged 20 minutes a game, averaged 8.9 points or 9 points a game, shot 56% from the field, shot 74% from the line, averaged 6 boards a night, and 1.5 blocks. Nice player. 6'10", 225. He's what you would call a legitimate Southeastern Conference. I have designs on winning in March with this guy, big man. And I believe Tennessee was right in the middle of the court case. That's my belief. It's just me. These people are not afraid. They're not afraid to right a wrong. They are the same people that went out and found Zakai Ziegler at the Peach Jam, got him reclassified and got him in. And there are other examples of this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and chillins of all ages. Rick Barnes and his staff are not, and I repeat, are not playing. Do they strike you, Bino, as playing or being asleep? And let me tell you something else. Rick Barnes and his staff would not stand for what's going on with the suspension of that linebacker. There's no way. Just between us girls. It's just me talking. Not trying to start anything. I'm just telling you, it's two different approaches. This thing with the basketball deal is hands-on. We're going to take the bull by the horns. The sand's going through the hourglass. There's only so much time in a day. And we going to do it. We going to do it. You have a thought on that, Bino? Any of that?
Yeah, it's not weekend at Barnesies anymore.
No. It's far from it. Do you think Barnes, Bino, would stand there and let them suspend that linebacker like that without a fight?
I don't know, Tony. The crazy thing is he wouldn't have to because the rules are different in his game.
and therein lies the absurdity of this whole thing. So let's go back. So people could be confused. Well, this guy, Tony, doesn't this mean that Jalen Washington can only go back to Vanderbilt? No, he won his own battle. He won his own court case. At the same exact time that the judge in Colorado ruled on that court case, which seemed to open the door for everybody. But for Jalen Washington, the door is open for him to go where he wants to go. Now, if that isn't confusing, I don't know what it's. Let's add another layer to the intrigue. By the way, the Phillies got the Arise guy just now. Bino, is a good player, bad player? I mean, he's a 300 hitter, but what is he, in your opinion, this Arise guy? You've seen him in the AL.
He's a good player, Tony, but average is pretty much what he gives you. He doesn't drive in many runs. Mm-hmm. He doesn't hit with any power. He can play a couple of places, but he will get on base for you.
But he can't really run once he's on base.
I don't think he's considered a great base runner, no.
He'll fit right in with the Sillies. All right, let's go back to where we are here. Then we got the Save College Sports Act, okay? Which I believe that the two leagues got their arms twisted somewhere along the line in the signing this thing late Friday night. Neither one of those leagues likes that legislation. Remember now, in the political game, you got what you see, and then you got what's going on in the background. It's a lot like the sports game. It's kind of what you see, and then what's over there. So what it looks like is, hey, these guys want to save college sports. And the two leagues are for this. No, they're not. But they got their arms twisted, and they're going to sign it. They signed it. But here's the deal. Tommy Tuberville's sitting over there on the side, and he doesn't like us because it's not his legislation. He's not for this. They like his legislation more, the two leagues do. What this legislation does is it inhibits them from growing. It kind of neutralizes these two leagues. It's kind of written in a global sense. Now, they're peeling back freedoms that the current players have. Bino, we followed this long enough. When you peel back the freedoms that the current players have, what's the end result of this going to be? What are the players going to say to them when you try to do that?
I don't know of a group out there, Tony, that wants to give back something that they had.
I'll see you in court, and you will have a Dwight Gooden when I see you in court, because it's over. So not only I'm doubly skeptical on this, because the two big leagues don't want this thing to exist. They're going to try to find ways to poke holes in it. Agents don't want this thing to exist ultimately. Now, could it pass the House and the Senate? Sure. And get signed into law? Sure. But it could also be deemed unconstitutional pretty quickly, which does happen, by the way. So who knows? But the whole thing is really confusing. And look, football practice starts this week. I'm almost to the point where I'm about ready to say no mas. And I do this for a living. And I like chaos. I love chaos, in fact. I'm for chaos. Do you feel the same way, Beanstar? That a little bit of chaos is kind of fun. This is too much chaos for my blood. I can't even keep track of it all.
Yeah, Tony, this is my stick your head in the sand stuff. And when do the games kick off?
Yeah.
And when do the games tip off?
Yep. And what we've done is this turns us all into Matt Dixons. And I love you, Matt. I'm for you, not against you. But how does it not? I mean, it's just exhausting, but it affects us. Hey, if you allow the Chapman kid to come back to UT baseball, that's a great development, Bino. We have to talk about it. And if a court ruling allows Tennessee basketball to all of a sudden have, some vitality in their front line to go with the Brown kid, and I'm not saying they're all stiffs. I'm not saying that. But what we've talked about is the guys they brought in just defensively just aren't. They're just not playable the way they want to play. This is a legitimate, I want to get past the Elite Eight acquisition the Vols are going to make here with this guy. And here's another thing. But Tony, didn't you say that they're paying like $19 million in their payroll? Wasn't like The Athletic and these other site people reporting these are the payrolls now? Yeah. In a league where a couple of these teams are now touching 30 million. In a league where if Tennessee would have gotten that guard from Vanderbilt and added this Washington guy, that payroll would be about 28, 29 million. Now, I don't know how we got there, Bino. I don't know how we've gotten here. Plaster asked me last week, well, what do you think? When does it end? Bino, you and I have been following Major League Baseball for forever. Would you care to let the living listener know when it ends?
I'll be sure to do that, Tony.
Okay. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. It just continues to explode from here. And if you think for 5 seconds that these players are going to give back because some senators have gotten together in a bipartisan basis and they're going to sign into law a piece of legislation, if you think those agents are going to sit there and take that, they're not going to save college sports. That Save College Sports Act. Don't hold your breath, because it's not going to happen. And so I sit here today before we take a timeout, and then I want to get into talking about the upcoming season. I admire the heck out of Rick Barnes in Tennessee basketball. They're playing for keeps. They're serious. None of their heroes appear on your stamps. And they are in it to win it. There is a sense of urgency around that program that in this era, I appreciate. These people are operating, okay? Like operating. And it is serious. Barnes ought to wear a doctor coat that has Rick on it. Did you hear the way I said on, Bino? My daughter got on me for the way we were talking family today over a breakfast table. We got about 12 of us here. And she goes, Dad, you just said yeah. And I said, well, you know, I've been around, quote unquote, my tribe now for like a month, 5 weeks, actually. And you revert, Bino. I've reverted. I'm in borderline Yankee mode right now, Beanstar. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we'll come. Bino, what did you think of those two simpletons that I had with me on Friday?
It sounded like a lot of fun, Tony. I'm glad you guys were able to get together up there and then be a part of the show. And I'm just wondering how Joe O'Sullivan got mixed into to your crew up there.
Yeah, Goomba, he ain't. Although he looks like a Goomba. I like when Fidanza Friday was breaking out the Goomba term, and then I said, Goomba. I said, he goes, yeah, you know, that's slang. It's not a good thing. Not a good thing to call somebody Goomba. I'm like, well, you're using the term. I mean, anyway. So, Seymour Joe, I do not do water. Although for a fact, like if I'm on the boardwalk, like last night, I walked up to a gal and I said, 3 waters, please. I did get 3 waters on the boardwalk last night. I just cannot believe, Beanstar, the way this Barnes guy operates. Every other program in the country that has a problem right now in hoops is living with their problem. They walk a guy to court. Is that any good? I really believe that, by the way. And I'm admiring it. Like I admire that.
Yeah, I mean, I love the sense of urgency that we see within Tennessee's basketball program.
Bino, Josh Heupel will get his 6th straight winning season this year, and Heupel's disciple says that's simply amazing. Are you amazed by that, Bino? He's going to celebrate his 6th consecutive winning season at Tennessee.
Well, it's been some time since we've seen 6 winning seasons in a row, Tony. So I'm hopeful for that. I'm hopeful to take a bigger step than that, of course.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you right now, that strength and conditioning coach. I think I'm going to go under his tutelage, Beanstar, when I get back. I'm going to get under that guy's tutelage. Come back on the other side. Brian, Bino, yours surely, Tony Basilio. We kick around our 3 things. John Adams will not be here tomorrow. Presented by Jennifer Morris, next move, SmokyMountains.com. He's hosting Thursday for me so I can get a break. And it's going to be our annual Tony Basilio Festivus program, where I was telling my niece about it last night. I said, yeah, we have a year, once a year when I'm here. Last year I wasn't here, so we didn't have the program last year, where we do the Rip Tony gimmick. Bean, are you for the Rip Tony Day? Are you for that or against it, Beanstar? When the callers call in, and some are serious and some are kidding, but some are serious and seriously just like me, and they get their day just to absolutely just blast away at me.
I'm for you being willing to do that, Tony, on your own show.
$865-200-5402. Basilio Immune System just super chatted and said, please get under the care of our strength and conditioning coach for me, please. See, that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen Thursday on here. Just a total ripping. Just a complete ripping.
I think Basilio's immune system says it all.
Paid $1.99 to blast me. Shout out to my lovely bride, Laura, who's outside here. She's sitting on the porch where I want to be. It must not be raining. Is it raining out there? Must not be raining anymore. Maybe I can go outside and do this. As we continue with more, we're on your other side. 3 things in college football you want to see this year. And they can be on the air. They can be on the field, off the field. 3 things that you want to see. Bino has his 3. Bri has his 3. I got my 3. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm wishing, like, when I think of the 3 things I want, I'm wishing ill will on people. I'm wishing ill will on people. As we continue with more.
College football Festivus.
Yeah. But yeah, as we continue with more after this.
The High Noon line of hard seltzers is always a winner and always next level. High Noon vodka seltzers come in 14 flavors with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. Personally, I'm partial black cherry and pineapple. 14 flavors. That's as many bad takes as I've got in a week. In the mood for a kick? Try High Noon vodka iced tea in 6 refreshing flavors, including peach and lemon, green tea, and half and half. Feeling adventurous? Check out High Noon tequila seltzer in 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, blood orange. High Noon real vodka, real fruit juice. Live like the sun is always out. Brought to you by High Noon Spirits Company. Must be 21 and over to enjoy responsibly.
Are you tired of hiding your smile because of crooked teeth? At Knoxville Smiles, we've got the perfect solution. Invisalign. No metal, no wires. Just clear, comfortable aligners that straighten your teeth without anyone noticing. Eat what you want, smile with confidence, and see results in as little as 6 months. Call us today for more information about Invisalign, 865-539-1776. Or just visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Baseball fans, it's time to step up to the plate. Look your best. Get some new Tennessee gear from Alumni Hall. Alumni Hall has the best selection. Top brands for you to choose from this season. Look, it's nice and warm outside. So get into any of their 6 air-conditioned East Tennessee locations. Shop online, download the app, grab your Tennessee baseball jersey, your hat, your decal, maybe a T-shirt, and they have so much more. Earn $10 in rewards for every $150 you spend. Go Vols and shop Alumni Hall, your ultimate Tennessee shopping destination. Touch them all with Alumni Hall. When it's time for a fresh coat of paint, run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. Interior and exterior, Walker's Painting's been making it beautiful since 1999 across the Knoxville area. New construction, repaints, commercial, residential, free estimates available. And get this, mention you heard Walker's Painting on the Basilio Show, 10% off your first job. Let's go! Run, don't walk to Walker's Painting. 865-688-1410. That's 865-688-1410. Walker's Painting, making it beautiful since 1999. Check out the ad at the blog at tclub.team. Walker's Painting.
Inward Half is committed to the game and the memorable moments that happen in between. From the tee box to the tailgate, from the green to the big game. For the first birdie with Dad, the first big win with Mom. Friday night lights, Saturday superstitions, Sunday traditions. fall into the comfort and unparalleled performance of Inward Half. This fall, enjoy the walk-in.
Are you currently a residential electrician? Would you like more benefits, better pay, more upside? What about a $3,000 signing bonus? Free company paid health insurance, annual profit share, company vehicle, gas card, much more. Call Advent Electric today. Advent, known for their large commercial jobs around town, and due to high demand, they're adding additional roles for their residential department. Maybe you know a friend, family member that's a residential electrician. Spread the word. Email hr@adventelectric.com. hr@adventelectric.com. 865-588-0631 and ask for the Tony B 3K signing bonus. Advent Electric is hiring.
It's the hottest post-game show on the planet.
Garza Law.
Fifth quarter fan reaction.
Fan reaction.
As soon as the final gun sounds, we're live.
With Gary Sturm. He's with Mortgage Investors Group, making our community a better place every day. Gary, you've been at it 32 years, man.
Yes, Tony, I've been at Mortgage Investors Group for 32 years. We've known each other since, back in the 80s, right?
And we've gotten to know each other recently as our family has gotten involved with another mortgage. Through that whole process, you were a prince, just like Jeker. When he called you at 3 o'clock in the morning after a Tennessee loss, you've been giving your phone number out for a couple decades. And why is that, Gary?
This is the biggest financial decision you're ever going to make. You don't want to trust somebody online, some 800 number. You want to call somebody like myself that's going to give you my number, and you can call me anytime. I'm there to help you. I'm there to help you and your family, and I appreciate that. I appreciate your trust in me. You can call me anytime. You can be like Jeker and call me at 2 a.m. and complain about the balls just like he did. I'd rather you call me about a mortgage, but that's okay. If you want to cry about the balls, we can do that too. I'm a ball at heart. You know that. And if you want to come in and meet with me face-to-face, I'm here. If you want to do it online, I'm here. That's fine. If you're curious if you can qualify to buy a house, people know the housing market's tough. That's what I'm here for. There's no obligation. You can call me anytime. I get you pre-qualified. Or maybe you've got a mortgage and you're thinking about refinancing. Maybe you want to shorten the term. Maybe you want to go to a 15-year. Who knows? But again, that's what I'm here for. It's what I've been here for 32 years. My number is 865-660-2648. It's 865-660-2648.
Gary Sturm at Mortgage Investors Group, going to take great care of you.
Got a plumbing or HVAC problem at home? Whether it's an AC that won't cool, a furnace acting up, a clogged drain, or a water heater problem, Pipe Wrench Home Services is ready to help. Right now, get 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair when you schedule service with Pipe Wrench Home Services. Our licensed technicians are equipped to diagnose the issue, explain your options, and get the repair done right the first time. Don't let a small problem turn into a major headache. That strange noise from your air conditioner, the water heater that's not keeping up, or the drain that keeps backing up won't fix itself. The longer you wait, the bigger the problem can become. At Pipe Wrench Home Services, we make repairs simple with friendly technicians and fast, reliable service that you can count on. We'll arrive ready to identify the problem and get your home back to normal as quickly as possible. Take advantage of 15% off any HVAC or plumbing repair and schedule your appointment today at pipewrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is free. Restrictions may apply. Eligible for repairs up to $5,000. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
TB back with you, 865-200-5402. John Adams wrote a compelling piece that Orange Throat referenced in your News Sentinel. If you want to get in the hunting in the mix with us, 865-200-5402 is the numero doce. We'd love to hear from you. What 3 things from major college football would you like to see happen this year? Before we go there, when we get to what John Adams himself had to say, hey, Beanstar, are you buying, selling, or trading John Adams and what he believes is going to happen according to the Throtagy? In your News Sentinel, John Adams wrote, he believes the following is going to happen. Here's the way he ranks these teams. You buy, sell, or trade this. You ready, guys? Texas #1. We're all selling that. He's got Georgia #5, guys, in the country. Are we
Now,
buying, selling,
Tony,
or trading that?
Those aren't in the country. That's his Big Ten SEC rankings.
All right, Georgia number 5 between. That's even worse. Georgia number 5 in those rankings, Bino.
Yes, I'll say Georgia winds up in the top 5 in the Big Ten SEC combined.
Brian Hartman.
I think they will be higher than number 5.
Great. LSU number 7. When Ron Higgins
I'm not
says
sure about that, Tom.
Well, I'm with Higgins, who says they're going to finish 8th in the SEC.
Definitely sell.
Mm-hmm. Tennessee's going to have a part in that, by the way, in the selling of LSU. Other teams of note of local interest: A&M on Tennessee's schedule, number 8th in that survey. Where are you going?
I think that's likely correct, Tony. I think they're probably top 10 in those rankings, SEC, Big Ten.
You know what's funny about those two leagues combined is that their league has no middle. SEC has a huge middle. Their league has no middle. You go from the frying pan into the fire in their league very quickly. SEC has several frying pans. There's very little doubt that's true, right?
I think the SEC is still better top to bottom.
Yeah.
But I don't. It's nowhere close to what it was, and their league's been better than ours at the top.
Oh yeah, when you're winning the Natties, yeah, in the playoffs
over the last couple of years. But right now there's as little difference between top to bottom as we've seen. I think
he's got the Vols number 10, Bino, in those two rankings.
I think that's assuming that would have to assume that Tennessee gets good quarterback play for them to finish that high in those rankings at the end of the year.
Yeah, I just don't. With that new defense and having a freshman who I believe is going to be a true freshman quarterback play from start to finish against still what is a quality schedule, that's going to be I will believe that when I see it. However, stranger things have happened. And if Tennessee can finish somewhere in that neighborhood, when you put those two leagues together, that would be a wonderful accomplishment if they could do something like that. Because I would think if you finished 10th in those two leagues combined, you're throwing up like a 9-3 record. Is that right?
And Tony, if you finish top 10 in those two leagues combined, yes, you're likely a top 15 team nationally.
Yeah, you have a shot at making the playoffs. Yeah, I just don't buy that. I don't buy his LSU take, but he's LSU John to me. So it just kind of is what it is. And I hate that saying. It is what it is. So that's where we are there. I think the idea to do a poll from those two leagues is a good idea because essentially those are the two leagues that are going to control the sport. And you're just getting out ahead of the crowd. Those two leagues might control the sport already. What do you think, Bino? They might control the sport already.
I think they've been controlling the sport for a number of years.
I'll tell you this. I'm in Ocean City, New Jersey. I've got my door open here, and it's got the nice breeze blowing in. It is nice and cool. in the air here right now. No, it was hot yesterday, and the beach, the ocean water here was actually extremely warm for the first time I could remember. And I actually got in, and I generally don't get in the water, but actually went for a swim. So I was too sexy, though, to be honest with you. I couldn't stand myself. So this is, I can feel it. You can feel it in the air. It's always interesting when Tennessee breaks camp, or when camp begins, I should say, not breaks, but when it begins, you go outside at night in East Tennessee and you start to feel it. That just little tinge of fall, you just start to feel it. That lo and behold, it's almost here. Almost here. And it feels good. There's just nothing like this time of the year. Trade deadline for us baseball fans. Bino, will this be our last trade deadline for 2 baseball seasons? You believing in the lockout or no? After what the Dodgers did over the weekend, which is to make a total mockery of the sport?
I don't believe that we'll have a full season for sure, Tony. I'm hopeful that we have a trade deadline, but I don't believe we'll see a full season next year. I do believe we'll see baseball, but not 162 games.
You're a big market fan. I'm a big market fan. Meaning our teams are in big markets, and this is advantageous to us. They need to get more to a rev share model like the NFL has. This is ridiculous what they're done to baseball.
I agree. It would be a much better game, Tony, if there was some rev sharing and there was a salary cap. But we're talking about giving things back, and that's not going to happen. Maybe you've got enough guys in the union that aren't making huge money in the league. I mean, everybody's making big money, but they're not top of the game. They're down closer to the lower part of the chain. Maybe there's enough of them to sway the vote, but I don't see them ever agreeing to any kind of salary cap.
No, and that's what the owners. David Stern was a brilliant man when he talked his league into that. When he sat with the union and said, "Okay, this is what we're going to do, or we're not going to be here." And when he spoke, they knew he was telling them the truth. We're either going to agree to this for the good of our sport down the line, and if you guys help us grow the game, we'll all grow together. We'll have more money in the pot at the end to split, which is pretty much what the NBA has been able to do. I mean, if you think about how that league is structured, obviously the big stars are in charge of that league, but this thing here, I don't know here. This Smith kid, Bino, that got traded from the Dodger organization to the Tiger organization, Justin and Bean Station, that's his nephew. Isn't that cool?
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah, the pitcher that was a key part of that, he's an East Tennessee kid, and he's a very good prospect. Started Friday night, had a real good start, and they flipped him on Saturday. So you talk about when I saw his name and I saw he was involved in that trade, I thought, how do I know it? And then he texted me a short while later, said, "That's my nephew." And I went, oh, bang, bang, bang. All right. So, yeah. And he's Brady Smith is a pretty good prospect. The problem with Major League Baseball is very simple. A Scooble in a bigger market like a Detroit should never have to leave his team. But they knew. If we don't trade him, he's not. We're not re-signing him. You should be able to put some kind of tag on him like you do in the NFL, and you pay him fair market value like you do in the NFL, and you keep him. It's kind of a broken system, is my opinion. All right, let's get to football. Let's get to the upcoming 2026 season. Let's get to what we're about to see. Bino, have you seeded the World Championship to the Dodgers 3 in a row?
I have not, Tony. They haven't looked like the Dodgers of the last several years this year. I know the roster suggests that they're going to win the thing again, but I don't know.
Baseball's so fickle. If they go on and win a third one, it's a hell of an accomplishment. And people will say, well, that's a ridiculous thing to say. Last year, they had to pull one out against a really good Toronto team. It's a hell of a series. Now, they're loaded. And I think they'll get their footing by the time the playoffs come around. I don't see anybody in the National League challenging them. I mean, the Sillies are so silly. I wanted the Sillies just to sit tight at the deadline, but that's not what Dombrowski, he's going to come in, he's going to deplete your farm system, which he's done a nice job of that with the Sillies. All right, so let's get to it. Bino, your first thing, and these are non-Tennessee related. The first thing,
okay,
Bino,
Tony, I understood the
see.
assignment as what you're pulling for and what you're pulling against, and that's the way I designed mine.
Yeah, three things you're pulling for. Yep, go ahead.
The first thing I'm pulling for is I want Ohio State at Texas to be a great game, and I want the loser to make the playoffs, where more of these top-line football teams, programs will be encouraged to continue to play these great intersectional games on a home-and-home basis.
Bino, that is an incredible thing to pull for, because really what you're cheering for there is the health of the sport, and you're asking the committee to honor these teams for playing these games. Look, we know as Tennessee fans down through the years in the old system, we were one of the few teams out there that actually honored the sport and played the UCLAs back when they were great, the Notre Dames back when they were great, various other intersectional games that Tennessee would pick up, the USCs of the world back in the day, the Pitts of the world back in the day. Who else comes to mind, Bino, in the intersectional category? But Tennessee was always a great honorer of that, while the Alabamas
played Notre
world,
Dame.
Yes.
Just go right on down the line. Tennessee was one that was willing to step out there and play those games.
And Rodney Kraft said LSU did their duty back in the LSU was always a great scheduler as well.
Yes,
LSU still does it. LSU still does. In fact, it probably is one of the things that contributed to costing Brian Kelly his job. But what Bino's talking about from last year, and Brian Hartman, I think Bino makes a great point here. Let's honor, instead of punishing Texas last year for losing in a close game at Ohio State, just a low-scoring football game.
But
go ahead, Bino.
Texas has to do their part by not losing to Florida, who was 4-8 from there.
Right. That's right.
But Bino's still right. They should have gotten in with 3 losses last year. They shouldn't have punished them. I mean, yeah, okay, so they slipped up over here. But that Texas team's better than Alabama team, aren't they? You guys tell me.
Yes.
Okay. What the hell is Alabama doing in that playoff? Where they went out there and, I mean, got their king.
They won a game in it.
Their king. Their kingdom tore down. All right, Brian, what's your first one?
I want to see Texas Tech lose 3 to 4 games and miss the playoffs totally. That ain't going to happen, but it'd be funny.
All right. So Brian wants to see. I'm going to write these down. Texas Tech crater and lose 3 or 4 games. Bino wants to see Ohio State and or Texas make the playoff so as to incentivize others to play in great games like that. Okay. Those you guys make sense to me. Let's talk about Texas Tech. They're obnoxious. They're in a league where they're still favored in these games. We don't even know who their quarterback is. Their quarterback, their starter, is coming off of surgery. They're going to start the season with a third-team guy, it looks like, from Tulsa. Is it even going to matter in the league they play in? Could Brian Hartman, Beanstar, get his wish? Could Texas Tech have a couple of losses, 3 losses on their... If Texas Tech, Bino, loses 2, they should keep them out. 2 Texas Tech losses, 3 Texas losses, because Ohio State's going to get Texas. They're going to kick them right over to us, and they're going to be teetering when they come to Knoxville. Teetering, I say. Beanstar, what do you say to that?
Yeah, I like Brian's sentiments. I look at their schedule, and I wonder where there's 3 losses.
Yep.
I hope I'm wrong. And it's interesting, Tony. There's an in Athlon's national publication.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that they have in here is who could be the next Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got you have to be a first-time champion. Have to be like traditionally from the dregs. Have to have a meteoric rise with a new coach, and well positioned in the NIL transfer era. And Texas Tech is one of those teams that they list as because of well positioned in the NIL transfer area that could be the next Indiana.
But unlike Indiana, Bino, when Indiana did it and won 10 games with their new coach, it was a really cute story. Remember? It was like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whoa. And then I remember last year, that Illinois game, they went out there, and I mean, they beat that Illinois team. I think it was at Illinois. They beat them like an absolute.
That was in Bloomington.
But it was in Bloomington.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, again, I was thinking that game was in Illinois. At any rate, I think both those venues look the same. You know, I don't think Texas Tech could ever have the sentiment. I think there's a lot of people out there cheering for Brian's result. My first thing I want to see is, and this is going to sound strange, but I like to cheer. I like to cheer for Famiglia, so to speak, and a guy that I grew up with at Tennessee. His son's going to get an opportunity to play football. Well, he is playing football at Florida as a quarterback. Aaron Philo is his name. Rob Philo, his father, is from Bucks County, Pennsylvania, which is a county or two above where I grew up in Pennsylvania. And we would ride back and forth to school together. And we lived on the same floor in Hess Hall. And we got to know each other. And we would ride together. stay friends, the whole thing. And, I saw his kid at a young age, and he blossomed into a great player. Went to Georgia Tech. Buster Faulkner thinks so much of him that he took him. When he got the job, they paid this kid a lot of money, and they took him down with them at Florida to start the deal. Now, he's got a quarterback battle. He's got to win the job in camp, and I don't pretend to know how that's going to go. I mean, who knows? Like we always talk about with our camps, I would love to see my friend's kid have success at quarterback at Florida. I think it'd be really cool. He's getting a shot on the big stage. Now, what'd be a weird weekend for me is next year when they're on our schedule. Brian, is that here or there? Do you know?
That would be here.
Whew. That's make you feel old.
And they figured to be pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty good. And I think he's a pretty good OC. And I would like to see my son. I'm actually cheering for my friend's son to have success at Florida, which is a really strange thing to say out loud, Bino. Does that make me like Peyton Manning now? Are people going to hate me for saying that out loud, Bino?
No, Tony, not this year. Now, if you say it next year, he's the starter, and they're on our schedule, then I think there'll be quite a bit of blowback. But
yeah,
that's neat.
Celtic Drew said Tony is going to be an Uncle Peyton and cheer for family. Look, we all know, those of us that follow high school sports, you see a kid and you're like, he's Division I, and then they end up going like Division II somewhere, and there's nothing wrong with that. Or they end up going like to a lower level Division I, and there's nothing wrong with that. Very, very, very few get that opportunity where they're being paid $3 million a year at that age to get a shot on the big stage in the SEC. And I want to see that kid have success. And you know what? To the caller, Florida, and some of the other Florida fans out there, I guess that means I'm cheering for you guys too. Now, Bino, if you had a buddy like that you were kids with, okay, and you saw this thing come to fruition, do you see where I'm coming from, or am I losing my fan card over here, Beanstar?
No, I'm good with it, Tony. I'm good with it.
(865-200-5402). These are non-Tennessee things that you're cheering for the upcoming season, and Bino has some he's cheering against. Brian just gave the Texas Tech deal. I'm cheering for Aaron Philo to win the job and have a really good year at Florida, which would set up a whatever it would set up. A really weird feeling for me next year. That is going to be really strange. But I'm really happy for those folks that they're getting a chance to experience that, and that their son got some life-changing money at that age. It's good stuff. As we continue with more, we roll back on the other side. It is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, your Basilio show on a Monday. Uh-oh, Laura's putting on the sunscreen. Sun's out. Show me something here. As we continue with more after this.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Tony B, inviting you to experience the Collins Insurance difference. And what's that? How about multiple top carriers that you can trust? Like Erie, they underwrite our entire Rainier studio and everything around it. Travelers, Hartford, Hanover, Progressive. We do what's right because we care. In today's technology-driven world, maintaining the human touch, Bruce Springsteen, is one of our main focuses. We deliver the best customer service humanly possible. We give you someone that you can actually call or sit in front of. Imagine that. No call centers here. Experience the Collins Insurance difference. Check them out at collinsinsuranceTN.com, and they're Mrs. B approved. Collins Insurance. TB with a few serious questions. You feeling tired? Foggy, you gaining weight, or you just don't feel like yourself anymore? Hormone therapy is finally becoming mainstream, but it's truly something my man, Dr. Tom Rogers, has been doing for over 20 years. Dr. Rogers at Performance Medicine wants you to feel your best, and he treats both males and females. So guys, we can do this as a family. At Performance Medicine, hormone therapy is personalized to you. If you're dealing with hot flashes or mood swings or low energy, decreased libido, fatigue, muscle loss, stubborn weight gain, it might be time to find out what your body really needs. No shame in this game. You can do something about all the above. Performance Medicine offers customized hormone treatment plans based on comprehensive lab testing with options like pellets, creams, patches, oral medications, and injections. The goal is simple. Help you feel like yourself again. Next level. Make your life better. Take it to the higher plane. Visit performancemedicine.net. Schedule your consultation today. You'll feel your best with Performance Medicine.
Big news, Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. And Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition and top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got two locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
Growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org. And both locations, we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
The High Noon line of hard seltzers is always a winner and always next level. High Noon vodka seltzers come in 14 flavors with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. Personally, I'm partial black cherry and pineapple. 14 flavors. That's as many bad takes as I've got in a week. In the mood for a kick? Try High Noon vodka iced tea in 6 refreshing flavors, including peach and lemon, green tea, and half and half. Feeling adventurous? Check out High Noon tequila seltzer in 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, blood orange. High Noon real vodka, real fruit juice. Live like the sun is always out. Brought to you by High Noon Spirits Company. Must be 21 and over to enjoy responsibly.
Preparing food for a big gathering can really take it out of you. That's why you need to call Calhoun's and check out their selection of party platters. Whether you're hosting a party for the big game, a reunion, or just an everyday gathering, a Calhoun's party platter is next level. Choose from Calhoun's always excellent chicken tenders, fly with Calhoun's wings, or boneless wings with a variety of dipping sauces, award-winning next-level melt-in-your-mouth barbecue ribs, or delicious spinach artichoke dip, or get one of each. Plus, if you're doing burgers or sandwiches, Calhoun's has lots of side dishes like spinach Maria, baked cinnamon apples, Smoky Mountain baked beans, or creamy coleslaw, available in pints, quarts, and gallons. And to finish things off, pick up one of Calhoun's great desserts to go, including homemade cheesecake or key lime pie. Calhoun's, simply your go-to party headquarters. With 9 locations all over East Tennessee, you can order online and just pick it up. Calhoun's, one of the Copper Cellar family of restaurants, along with Chesapeake's, Copper Cellar, Corner 16, Cherokee Grill, and Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Nothing makes you realize how much you rely on your air conditioner like a scorching hot day in East Tennessee. You want more than a technician. You want someone you can trust. Schedule Pipe Wrench's $79 AC tune-up now because the heat is here. Our certified technicians inspect, clean, and fine-tune your HVAC system to help it run efficiently and reliably while reducing the risk of breakdowns when you need it most. And while we're there, we can also recommend ways to improve your indoor air quality for cleaner, healthier air throughout your home. For more than 20 years, homeowners across Knoxville, Maryville, Oak Ridge, and surrounding communities have trusted Pipe Wrench Home Services for dependable comfort. And with our same-day service guarantee, you won't be left waiting when comfort matters most. Schedule your $79 AC tune-up today at pipewrench.com. Same-day service guaranteed, or the visit is free. Offer valid on standard systems only. Visit pipewrench.com for details.
Basilio here with my buddy, Connexio Kristen.
Hey, Tony. Good to see ya. Connexio builds fleet technology that helps transportation and logistics companies win big. Live GPS, easy ELD and compliance tools, AI dash cameras, and asset tracking, all backed by the #1 U.S. customer support team. Want a better playbook for your operations? Visit Connexio.com/Tony. That's KONEXIAL.com/Tony. Connexio, built for drivers, trusted by fleets, and proud Vol fans.
Only 2 homestands remaining for your Knoxville Smokies, and next week is a huge week. Free hot dog night on Tuesday. Yep, all you can eat hot dogs all night long. Then Wednesday is all you can eat for less than $20, and that includes game ticket. Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half off draft beers, and the weekend. Make sure to grab your UT gear and head to the ballpark on Saturday for Tennessee night. First 1,000 fans receive a Deshaun Bishop bobblehead. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Beanstar, you gotta get over there and get you a Deshaun Bishop bobblehead, Beano. I'm not pulling any strings for you either, Beanstar.
Come on, Tony.
You're gonna have to do this yourself, Beanstar. I'm tired of pulling strings for you, man. I'm tired of pulling the strings.
Okay, Tony. I'll get over and get me one of those.
Okay. So we're going around the horn here on what we want to see out of the year. 865-200-5402. Bino, now the Phillies just acquired this Arise guy, okay? This is what John Clark just wrote.
This is when baseball gets silly, okay? In order to accommodate this guy, this is when you're smelling your own gas and you're the Phillies, okay? I hear it's a very real possibility. Then we'll get back to the college football. Really real, very real possibility. Bryce Harper is going to move to right field. Bryson Stott's going to move to third base, and Alec Boehm is going to move to first base. Bino, all to accommodate a guy that's like a singles hitter with no speed. Like, what are we doing here, Bino?
I'm not really sure about that, Tony.
Okay.
Let's see. You're moving three different guys' positions.
You're destabilizing four positions, basically, to accommodate this guy.
Yeah.
Who's like a plotting,
that's...
no offense to him, fat, slow singles hitter. No offense to him. I mean, I'm for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm for it. All right, let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402. What do you want to see out of college football in 2026, not Tennessee related? What do you got? What's on your dial? What's on your dial? Not Tennessee related. Let's get the wonder of it all in here. The wonder of it all, baby. On your high noon hotline. Now joining the show. It's high noon somewhere. Boy Billy.
Hey, what up, Bean Comet? Boy Billy.
What's up, Boy Billy? How we doing, brother?
How we doing, Boy Billy?
Hey, I'm in the house, baby. All right, Tony, I got a good list for you, bro.
Right.
My number one, Jared Curtis, Vanderbilt. I was looking at doing my research, prepping for the year after I read my Josh Steele book. Or what's that guy's name? John Steele? I don't know. What's his name?
Phil Steele.
Phil Steele. That's my guy. All right. I looked up Jared Curtis, man. His highlights look amazing, bro. I mean, I watched Faison and I watched some other guys. I mean, I just want to see this Jared Curtis guy. Is he going to run the SEC like he did that high school stuff? I mean, because he was killing.
Yeah, I just kind of, it's going to be really interesting. I'll tell you what, if the kid can really play, Tennessee's going to have a solid little football rivalry here with Vanderbilt, Bina, coming days, aren't they? If this guy can really play.
Yes, and I will, if that comes to being, I will be kicking myself for the rest of the time for wanting a solid in-state rivalry.
Yeah, Bino was like last year, I've always kind of wanted this, but not to that degree. No, I didn't want it to that degree.
Bad.
All right, so my number two.
You do realize the clips that you saw with the Curtis kid? I mean, he's playing against guys that look like me out there, right? At that level of football.
Yeah,
no
I know.
offense
it's
to
like
those
a small
kids.
school Tennessee football. I know, but I mean, it's hard to, like, you can see the talent, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's a wait and see, but daggone, man, he looks good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number two, I want to see a Jordan/Bill beat epic UNC meltdown. I'm rooting for it. I just want to see that whole thing fall out, man. We already got a little teaser. Yeah, got a little teaser with, the GM, whatever he's involved in. So that's just setting the table, a little appetizer, a little mozzarella cheese sticks for us before the season starts.
I was listening to a couple podcasts talking about Lombardi, including one from WRAL over there from a news side. And they were talking about how arrogant Lombardi was. Look, they fired the entire staff and didn't keep any of the college football guys around. And Lombardi told them, this is no longer college football. I know better. I know better. And they ran over people like a bull in a china shop, man, woman, and child there. And this guy, the way they were treating people, and the folks at the university level let them get away with it until they kind of did some things that were complainable about. And look, I'm surprised that the hoodie made it through last season. It felt 1 year ago like this thing was going to be a total disaster, and it took 12 months for it to kind of fall in. They're not going to be very good this year. The Lombardi guy, Bino, just continues to get names. Do people realize he's not related to Vince? I don't understand what the fascination's been with this guy. Belichick's carried him for years and years.
Do people realize he's not Vince?
And he's not Vince. Yes.
Boy, Billy's going to get that one. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, it's just cost of doing business of being the 33rd NFL team, Tom. You know,
and that's the other thing. They kept saying that's right. He would say, Lombardi would say, we're the 33rd NFL team now. They had zero players taken off last year's North Carolina team, 33rd NFL football team.
I got you. Hey, my number 3, I'm just for the BYU Cougars, just period. Never against them. Mormons, unique group of people. Respect them. Love the Cougs. Hope for the best for them.
Well, they're spending money. And they've got a lot of money in that. And they got a lot of money in that church, as we saw last year with their basketball program. Bino, do you rule out that BYU could be the next from the bunch to emerge, a la Indiana?
No, I think they're a candidate, Tony. I think they're a candidate to be the next Indiana.
Yes,
and that puts Boy Billy in cahoots with Brownie Boy, because you want BYU to take a piece of Texas Tech.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah. All right, you ready for my against?
Yeah, give me a couple of against. Yep.
All right, first kickoff game, UNC versus TCU in Dublin. Hope that thing falls on its face. What are we doing playing football first game of the year in Ireland? Don't make any sense to me.
Bino, are you against that as well? Are you against international competition?
I don't see any reason to play college football games on foreign soil. Zero.
And if you're trying to grow the game, why wouldn't you put a good like a fun fan base over there? Put Tennessee football over there. How about if we played Notre Dame in Ireland? Would you guys be for that or against that? Doesn't count as a home game for either of us. One-shot deal, Bino. I get to take the lovely Laura back to the motherland. We do the Garza Law 5th quarter fan reaction. From there, you for that or against that, Beanstar?
No, I'd much rather. I'm against playing Notre Dame on a neutral site anywhere, any country, anytime.
All right.
All right, Tom, I guess my last one I'll give you. I'm against the StubHub CEO being an investor, managing director in a hedge fund that resells millions of tickets and milks the common fan. I want to see that come to an end. I don't like that. Feels shady. Don't like it at all, man.
Hey, Tennessee's in the resale business against their fans as well. Let's not forget that.
I hear you.
I mean, nobody wants to talk about that. Danny White claims a sold-out stadium and a 29,000-seat waiting list while he's flipping 13,000 tickets, 13,500 tickets to two huge ticket brokering conglomerates who then go in and create all this inflated demand, and then they reap benefits on the back end. There's something wrong with that.
Great.
So.
All right. And then out the door, Tom, I want to say congrats to my boy for shooting 70 and winning his 43rd club championship up at Bedminster. Donald Trump at age 80, winning the senior and super senior club championship up at Bedminster, man. All right, later.
Boy Billy is quite entertaining. Boy Billy's got people mad, Bino, for saying good things about this Curtis kid. They don't like that at all. They're like, what's going on? You've got Basilio over here talking about cheering for Florida. Then you got Boy Billy saying he admires this Vanderbilt quarterback. They're saying Boy Billy used to be a great caller, Bino. That's the take by some of these folks.
Boy Billy is a great caller. And we're about We're about running out of SEC opponent quarterbacks to pull for, though.
Jinx Jones says, I'm 100% in on Tennessee playing in Dublin, best city on the planet. You don't think that'd be cool, Bino, to go play Notre Dame in Dublin, the Vols? That would look unbelievable. First of all, it'd be a great cultural trip for the kids.
Tony, I would enjoy the day. I would just prefer to play Notre Dame either in their stadium or our stadium.
Brian Hartman, what do you say to that?
I don't see that that's any different from all these games played at a independent site that we're against. Because it's in a different country, that's okay. I don't know. I feel the same way about it as I do if they were playing it in Anaheim.
Brian, what do you think?
I would like to do that.
One-shot deal.
Yeah, I kind of would like to do that. You did it in a speedway once, so
one time.
Why not do it?
One time. Hey, look, if they're going to play these games, get involved in it. And as somebody said here, you get the Scottish in as an advertiser. Draw them into the deal. Just as a one-shot deal. 865-200-5402. Brent CBTV said Tony used to be anti-neutral. I'm totally anti-neutral site games. I hate them. I abhor them. I think college football games played in professional stadiums are an abomination to the sport. I think that is a disgusting practice because the essence of college football is the college football venue itself, the fans and all that go with it. What I'm talking about, though, would be playing Notre Dame in Dublin, Ireland. That would be very cool. And here's my thing with the way they're exporting college football, which I don't know why they're First of all, the Big 12 commissioner is championing this stuff. That's why you're seeing them do it. He stood up, Yermark did, earlier in the year and said, we're an international league. Well, that's just great. Unfortunately for you, the games that you have suck. Your product kind of sucks, and nobody internationally cares. But if you took the mighty Large Orange, one-shot deal, and you went across the big pond and played Notre Dame, that would be a very, very much a spectacle. But I hate neutral site games. I hated seeing Tennessee play in Nashville, where you're playing mid-major games, and you're paying huge money to play mid-major games, which is what we did in our Nashville games. I guess the West Virginia game wasn't a mid-major game, but we felt very mid-major. We played them in Nashville one year. Is that right?
Charlotte.
Oh, thank you. The Nashville games played. We played a team from the MAC. Who else do we play down there, Bri? Virginia. When they were very down, that was a mid-major football team we played. Bad ACC team. That's a mid-major football when they're bad. Let's go to the phones. 865-200-5402. Real Mr. Tubbs said, boy, Billy impressed with some 2A football. Goes to Oz said, yeah. Not even, wait a second. How did he get back in there? Oh, he changed his name. Not even 2A, he said. I gave that guy 10 minutes in the penalty box, Bino, and he got around my penalty box. Thoughts on that?
You're gonna have to secure up the penalty box, Tony. Can't have people just going in and out, escaping.
when the Titans open their new stadium, which, by the way, is erected next to their old stadium, which is going to make parking, if they draw fans in Nashville for the 2026 product, I think it would probably make it a little challenging. Do you believe when the Titans open that brand new Palace, Bino, that we'll be playing in there in years to come? Will that be a thing?
I would think we would, Tony.
Yeah. 865-200-5402. All right, Bino, back to you. As the wheel spins, where it touches down, nobody knows. Brian Hartman will tell us if or when we get a call. It's okay. I like these listenership is encouraged programs. This is going very well. Boy Billy added to the program today, which is what we want from a quality phone call. Let's go ahead without further ado and get Bino's next thing not involving Tennessee that he's either for or against for the upcoming season. Go ahead, Bino.
Tony, I'm pulling against a SEC championship game that includes either Alabama or Georgia. Either the Tide, Dogs, or both have played in 16 of the last 18 SEC championship games. Get the heck out of the way. Get out of my sight, both of you.
That is a hell of a stat, man. Wow. How do we account for that? 16 of the last 18 SEC championship games have involved either Alabama or Georgia.
Or both.
Or both. That's disgusting. How is that possible? How many times, Bino, did they play each other? Do you have that number?
I think it's 3. It may be 4.
That is gross.
And then they played for a national championship.
And then they played for a national championship.
Like,
that's exactly
3 times
right.
at least.
Yeah. As if that's not enough. That is gross. Bino, you're going to get your wish this year.
I sure hope so, Tone.
From Alabama, not Georgia. Georgia's going to win the league.
Yeah, that's what I think they are too.
Yeah, Georgia's going to win the league. Brian, can Bino get his wish, or is Georgia? Because I don't think Alabama's going to be anywhere near a championship team this year. I expect Alabama to lose 5 games this year. 4 or 5 games.
I'd be surprised if Georgia's not there. Alabama, they don't look like he might get half his wish.
Big Sin TN says, CINTN, Big Sin Tennessee says, hell yeah, Bino. Tell him. That's why this is a great topic. And Joe Sullivan thought it up. You're forced to look at things not involving your team. The against come to you a lot more easier than the fors. It's hard to find things in the sport to cheer for. Because even the underdogs anymore aren't really underdogs. They're buying people. Like, Indiana looked like a really nice underdog story a couple seasons ago. Until we realized, well, they've got a pretty moneyed up roster. Or do they? They had a bunch of 3-star players that they coached up. I can't figure the Indiana thing out, Bino, because in one sense, they had 2 quarterbacks that they bought that turned out really good for them. In another sense, last year they paid big money. But what 3 things not involving Tennessee do you want to see from college football in 2026? Let's go back to our phones, and we'll get our next call in, who generally makes the show better when he calls as well. I said earlier in the program I was cheering for the Philo kid to have a successful year, and thus, I guess, Florida to have a successful year this year. Let's bring Florida in against that backdrop. Florida, welcome in.
How y'all doing? Bino, I don't know how you put up with this guy all these daggum years, man. without facing your foot right up in his butt, man. Hey, listen, I got two things, Tony. What makes y'all think that Georgia is going to be sweep the league this year, bro? When they haven't played nobody, what do y'all know that I don't know? Please tell me that.
What do we know that you don't know? They have players?
About these football teams that y'all saying is going to be number 1 or number 2, number 3, number 4 in the SEC. Tell me what y'all see. Is it as far as the recruiting goes? Or y'all see something a little bit deeper than what I see?
Gunnar Stockton?
Gunnar Stockton is trash. Trash. I'm gonna steal Bubba Dub stuff. He's trash. So, what do y'all see about Texas? Peyton's nephew, whatever his name is, he ain't done nothing so long I done forgot his damn name. What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Can you tell me? Can somebody say something? Because you've been on here for 30 minutes. It's been quiet in the church mouse up in here. Can you tell me something?
No, Florida. I just think Georgia's still the most solid program in the whole league. They got the best program builder at the helm. They've got a lot of returning players. They got a veteran quarterback. I just think they're the class of the league. I hope they're not, but I just think they are.
Florida, are you kidding? Are you kidding right now? This phone call?
No, I'm asking questions because
our topic. Listen. Our topic today is name 3 things that you would like to see from this upcoming college football season. That's what we've been discussing, and you're on here pissing and moaning about God knows what. What are you talking about?
I'm just talking about y'all talking about how everybody gonna be in the SEC, what number they're gonna be, who's the best, and all that good stuff. You don't know until they play the game. I was expecting a lot out of Arch Manning last year, and he was trash last year. I was expecting a lot out of Gunnar Stockton last year.
Tony wasn't. Tony wasn't
Florida.
expecting.
Hey, Florida. I said one of the things I'm cheering for is for Florida's quarterback to play well this year. Because I know his father. His father went to the University of Tennessee.
Don't you worry about that. Don't you worry about the Gators. I don't want you nowhere near us this year because we don't play y'all. You stay as far away from the Gators as you possibly can, Tony B. You understand? Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. I'll be calling in. Don't worry about it. And number 2, hey, man, are we losing prominence in the SEC? Like, as far as being the top of all the leagues? Are we losing it? Cause, man, I heard people arguing about the Big Ten is supposed to be taking over with all their recruitment and all that good stuff. What that guy named from Indiana, he's going Signetti. He's calling people out, man. He's calling the SEC out, and nobody.
The league's already lost prominence. Yeah, the league over the last 4 or 5 years. Sankey is captaining a diminished ship. With the Southeastern Conference. It's odd to see. Now, look, Bino's right. From top to bottom, the league is way better than the Big Ten. The Big Ten teams, though, have figured it out at the top. They just have. And they've got great teams this year at the top. What they don't have is there's no middle to the league. There's no middle at all. I mean, it's a donut. They've got a hole in the middle. So, week in and week out, you're going to get much better football in this league than you get in that league from top to bottom. The games are more intriguing. They're more interesting. Their top-end teams are pretty damn top-end. And this Signetti guy is an arrogant B-word, but he flat out knows what he's doing. And somebody pointed it out in our chat. The one thing they know how to do in their deal, which will be interesting to see going forward, but the player development and the identification by them as what a football player looks like, they're damn good at it. I don't know who's doing that for them, but whoever it is knows what they're doing.
But Tony B, can I say something? And you know what? You being from up there in that part of the country, you should know this. The Big Ten got a lot of people, more people going into the pros in the SEC.
No.
Hold on, let me finish. They are thriving up there in the Big Ten because of the weather. These SEC teams can't play in cold weather. See, that's one thing we can't do is play in cold weather. Y'all know that for sure. So I'm just saying, bro, they got a good argument. But I'm an SEC guy myself. You know what I'm saying? But they got a good argument about being better than the SEC.
The draft tells you the middle of the SEC is a lot better than the middle of their league. Just the number of players taken from top to bottom. The high-end talent is still in the Southeastern Conference. However,
but do they thrive?
I don't know what thrive means. Last year, Alabama got
longevity in the league.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know anything about that stuff.
That's what they're saying. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Bear Savitch said Tony only reads his buddy's comments. I read your comments, Bear. I just don't give them any credence. Good, Florida. Anything else for us?
No, man. I have a great day. When you come back down to Calhoun so I can pack up and be coming on my way down there?
Hey, Bri, the first Friday at Calhoun's happens in the first week in September, a day Florida is always going to remember. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Florida. You're a clown. Yeah, the bowl game argument that we used to have, the bowl game argument. Can't do that anymore. So much stuff has changed in college football. The bowl game thing now literally would be like arguing over what your record was in preseason NFL football, NFL, Bino. Don't you feel that way about bowl games now?
Yeah, it's a lot different, Tony, because the many times the team that you're playing, the team that you take to a bowl game is not your team.
Yeah. The team you take to the bowl game is not your team. The team they take to the bowl game is not your team.
Yeah.
Because the star players or the guys that grade out high at their positions that are expected to go, in the first couple rounds of the NFL, who now sit it out with regularity. Look, I think we're a short ways away from the DGGs of the world standing on business after they get their NIL lined up. Why should DGG go out and risk himself this fall? Which is something John Adams said on here last week. And I hate that these sports have become about money, but that is true. Because if he goes out and gets hurt this fall, you know how much NIL money he's going to get? I'd say none of it. If he has like a catastrophic injury. Do you think, Bino, we see a time where the high school guys, once they agree to their deal this season before, they just say, I'm going to train? Is that going to happen? That feels like that's going to happen.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that in an isolated case, Tony. I would be stunned if it's widespread.
Vandy Dandy said Iowa had 0 opt-outs. Yeah, and Vanderbilt was missing their whole team, basically. That's the one exception. Vanderbilt last year really embarrassed the league in the bowl game. Now I think about it, Vandy Dandy. Y'all got worked. And I mean, by a Vandy team that sucks. I mean, Iowa. Iowa sucks. Y'all got waked. Stepped on my own bit there. Michael Moats with a little bit of reality. Vanderbilt 1-18 against top 25 teams last 5 years. The elusive coach said last year Illinois sat like 2 players, 2 starters. We had like 8 or 9 miss the game. Yeah. All of a Tennessee came, but one that wasn't great shakes. Anywho, you know what I mean? I mean, the Tennessee team wasn't any good anyway. You pull like 7 or 8 players off a team like that, you know, what are you looking at? The other thing you have to temper is when you see young kids playing those games, like, man, Nico Bino really fooled us in that bowl game, did he not? Really fooled us all.
Oh yeah. I was really, really encouraged by his performance in that game, and just thought, man, this guy's the real deal here.
Vandy Dandy's defending himself. He says it was a 7-point game, and the punter kicked the ball past the line of scrimmage, led to Iowa getting 10 points. Hey, listen, bro. A 3-point loss to Iowa is embarrassing. Multiple scores? Iowa? I mean, a good game for Iowa offensively is getting the ball over midfield 3 times. You got to be kidding me. You, for commenting that, should have to get down like I did last week on Monday and 50 push-ups. 50 push-ups on the honor system. Just let me know after you've done them. But you should get down on the ground and do 50. Take a brief time out. We come back. It's a Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I'm live at Ocean City, New Jersey, doing my thing. The weather's breaking. I'm going to get outside and get a nice walk in here. We continue with more. Bino's with us. Brian's with us. We're talking about the upcoming 2026 season and what we want to see from the upcoming season. We had an interesting commentary off the top of the show about the way Tennessee basketball, the way they move and shake, man. The way they move and shake. They move so well. They have my admiration. That is one great organization that Rick Barnes has put together. More on the other side.
You got to dream about buying some land and building on that land? Well, Waterside Contracting is your ticket. 25 years of making dreams come true, Michael Scott. For hundreds in our area, custom homes or remodels, Waterside Contracting will build on your lot. They do incredible work all over the area. Structural integrity, quality without compromise. It's a way of life with Waterside Contracting. Check out the wonderful work Waterside does. WatersideContractingLLC.com. When it's time for your dreams to come true. Quality without compromising. Waterside Contracting. He doesn't always drink beer, but when he does, he definitely prefers Dos Equis. That's right. The most interesting man in the world has returned, and he's more interesting than ever before. His phone is addicted to him. All of his teeth, all are wisdom teeth. So raise a Dos Equis to the man, the myth, the legend. And remember, stay thirsty, my friends. Dos Equis, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Chilio here, and you know my friends at Carnes Motor Company started with a dream over a quarter century ago. I met Rob and Brian back when I still had hair, and they were working at a huge dealership in West Knoxville. But they told me back then they wanted to sell cars on their terms, and I wanted to do radio on my terms. Their terms, just like my terms, are ultimately your terms. In both cases, you're the winner. A Car Guru's National Award winner with a 5-star rating on all sites, just like our Vols. Everything about buying a car from Carnes Motor Company is no hassle. They specialize in high-quality pre-owned vehicles,
between the $5,000 to $25,000 range. And if you need to sell a car, they'll either buy your car or they'll help you sell it. Carnes Motor Company also has a top-notch service department. Therefore, every vehicle is rigorously inspected and serviced prior to delivery. So you're guaranteed to get a quality pre-owned vehicle every time. If you need a place for service, they've got you covered. Come be a part of the Carnes Motor Company family and tell them you heard about it from me. Online at carnesmotor.com, Oak Ridge Highway, 1 mile past the Carnes light. Carnes Motor Company. Like our 2026 football Vols, score a T3 TD every time with T3 Vodka, Tennessee's premium vodka. Handcrafted with passion, precision, and a whole lot of pride. Right here, handcrafted in the majesty of the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Quality around here isn't just a promise, it's a way of life. And T3's filtered 10 times. 80 proof of vodka delivering a smoothness unmatched. This dedication to excellence has earned T3 Vodka prestigious accolades, like a 5-time gold medal award-winning vodka and your SIPS Consumer Choice Award medal winner as well. Whether you're sipping it neat, on the rocks, mixing your favorite cocktail, T3 Vodka, your choice for a premium award-winning experience. Be like Maury Hanks. Score a T3 TD. Ask for T3 Vodka by name at restaurants and wine and liquor stores today. Drink it neat, drink it right, and score a T3 TD all 2026 long. Tennessee's Premium Vodka, T3, Tennessee's Premium Vodka, distributed by Empire Distributors of Tennessee.
Big news, Basilio family. Get ready because the 2026 Knoxville real estate market is officially shifting into high gear. All signs are pointing toward a record-breaking year, and the energy across East Tennessee is absolutely electric right now. Whether you've been dreaming of finding that next home, looking to capitalize on your current equity, or ready to dive into the investment world, the timing has never been better. Having a game plan is the key to winning in this fast-paced market, and I'm ready to help. Give me a call, Jennifer Morris, at 865-694-5904, or reach out at nextmovesmokymountains.com. That's nextmovesmokymountains.com, and go Vols.
Basilio here with the great Chad Stockton of FC Alliance. Chad, I can hear it in the background, brother. It's World Cup season, and you guys are in the middle of it. Talk to me.
We are excited. Our U9 through U12 trials just kicked off today for our locations in Knoxville and in Johnson City. So we're ready to offer any player top-level competition, top-level training anywhere they want to be in Northeast Tennessee. In our programs, we offer competitive play for anywhere from 9-year-olds to 19-year-olds. We've got 2 locations. Our location in Knoxville is kind of our home base, and our location up in Johnson City in the Tri-Cities area is our FC Alliance North. Both locations are growing tremendously, and we're excited about what the future holds here at both locations.
Growing the beautiful game in the season of the World Cup. Chad Stockton, how can folks get more information?
Go to our website, FC Alliance or FCAllianceNorth.org. And both locations, we're happy to serve the beginning player or the more experienced player, because what we will promise is the top-level training and top-level leagues that we can play in for all of our players.
Growing the beautiful game in Knoxville and now also in the Tri-Cities. FC Alliance. Thank you, Chad Stockton.
Thanks, buddy.
TB here for Cedar Bluff Plumbing, a live and local company that's been serving our area for over 32 years and counting, because every customer counts, and I mean no job is too small. Cedar Bluff Plumbing just voted #1 by City View magazine because multiple plumbing experts are on call to serve all your plumbing needs. Chances are there'll be a plumber in your area when you call, and they won't send some salesman to your house. You're going to get a high character, trustworthy, highly trained plumber who will serve you, not like some of these guys that look like they came off the set of America's Most Wanted. Cedar Bluff Plumbing is Basilio tested and approved and will go the extra mile for you because Chucky Mack is a servant of the people and my consigliere to the throne, celebrating over 32 years of serving living volunteers. Cedar Bluff Plumbing. Call 588-4448. That's 588-4448. Cedar Bluff Plumbing.
Out-of-town law firms have been swarming into East Tennessee lately. From Memphis, Chattanooga, and Birmingham, they've stormed into the area. Wouldn't you rather do business with a local firm? You know, a true neighbor. Marcos Garza and the pros at the Garza Law Firm are just that. There are neighbors and friends that support local causes year-round. The Garza Law Firm works to serve you professionally on criminal matters, injuries and accident matters, and Social Security and disability filings. The Garza Law Firm is here for you at garzalaw.com. The Garza Law Firm. Let us help.
TB back with you. 865-200-5402 as we welcome you back. All right. So we're back to me now. We're doing 3 things that we want to see from the college football season this year. You're either cheering for or against. This is a twist on what Bino said earlier, but I'm just going to go ahead and give it to you. I like to see Alabama crash down this year. They somehow eked their way into the playoffs last year. Old habits die hard. I don't like them. They've won enough. I don't know how they got into the playoff last year. They really were leaking oil last year. I think they're losing altitude under this head coach. I'm selling his reign there. I think he's a nice coach. I don't think he belongs there. I don't understand why they tied him to a long-term deal. And they're paying him like, I don't know, like he's Signetti. Bino, you would not think that you would pay a guy like that, the contract they signed that guy to. You would not think they would sign that. The last time they saw him on a football field was getting his brakes blown off. That's a very, very curious thing Alabama's done.
Yeah, I agree, Tony. 7-year deal. After that performance, that seems really un-Alabama-like.
Yeah, very strange. But I want Alabama to lose 4 games in 2026. That's my goal. I want them out of the playoff picture. Can I get my wish? The candidates Brian Hartman are at Kentucky versus Florida State here. All right, you ready? I'm going to give you the Alabama. You tell me win, lose, or draw. You ready? Let's play Alabama's season. There's really no reason to tune in once we play their season here on the air. At Kentucky, Brian, win, lose, or draw. What you got?
I'll say win.
Versus Florida State.
At home?
Yeah.
Win.
When I say versus, that means at home. Versus South Carolina.
I'll go win.
Versus Georgia.
Loss.
At Tennessee.
Loss.
Versus A&M.
I'll go loss.
At LSU.
Loss.
At Vanderbilt.
Win.
Versus Auburn.
Win.
You have them at 4 losses. That could happen, Bino. It's not far-fetched, is it?
No, it's not far-fetched.
Vols will have to do our part.
Yeah, I think for them to lose 4 games, we have to beat them here.
Yeah. We could maybe give them the death blow. The cabin blow. Oh, man. What happens first? W. Lynn's Breath asks, Basilio comes back to Knoxville. I'll be back on Monday next week. Or G10 demo begins. We really need to go down there and say goodbye to the old girl, Bino. It is the Wrigley Field of parking garages. It's the old Yankee Stadium of parking garages. It's the Coliseum of parking garages. It's the Rose Bowl.
I'm unworthy to go say goodbye, Tony.
It's the Rose Bowl.
Never spent any time there. I walked by there.
But, I was in a store. I was in a store the other night, and the clerk said, because they're all paid to do this, would you like a rewards card? Do you have a rewards card with us? And I've come up with this little saying since I've been away. I've said it 3 or 4 times now, and each time the people look at me like, I go, I'm not worthy of rewards. It's a pretty good line. I hate having all these cards and all these numbers, and you can save money. I mean, I just want to pay extra money. I don't want your rewards card. I don't need your secondhand love. If I wanted a rewards card, I would ask for a rewards card. I don't need a rewards card. I don't deserve rewards. I didn't do anything to deserve your reward card. It's a pretty good comeback to that. All right, so Pruitt's Net Gator says it's hideous and it takes 2 hours to get out of games. Hey, Pruitt's Net Gator. At one time the Hindenburg looked like a good idea too. They said the same thing about the old polo grounds, Pruitt's Net Gator. Now people close their eyes and wish they were there. Something magical about G10. All those magical memories that people forged down through the years. And you're just wanting to rip their garage down and build a multi-use facility, including a place where the rich and famous are going to have a condo near the football stadium. It's an outrage. It's an utter outrage. Okay, so whoa. So here we are. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. We've reached the point now. We are going to do a quick high noon overdrive overtime on my vacation on a Monday. It is absolutely next level. We're going to have us a grand old time. So far, some of the various things we want to see from the college football season include Texas Tech to crater and lose 3 or 4 games. Ohio State and/or Texas make the playoff, incentivizing others to play early regular season intersectional games such as those. Against international football games, for BYU's success, against an SEC championship game involving either Alabama or Georgia. And we want Alabama to lose 4 games. Plus, I want to see Florida's transfer quarterback have success because I know the father. In the meantime, and he went to Tennessee. So it's an interesting story. In the meantime, I love you. I thank you. I'm for you, not against you. I want to say, if you listen to the show today, check us out over at tclub.team or tonybasilio.com. However you get there, we continue to grow there. Like and subscribe over at YouTube or on Twitter X. And the playbook with the, man that brings to the table, the great William Pattison, is on the way next. Briney Boy on the way out. Hit that music.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
It's high noon somewhere, sun's up, and it's time for another high noon overtime. The place where we kick back, pop a top, and really get to the bottom of it. Presented by High Noon Hard Seltzer. Made with real vodka and real fruit juice. Only 100 calories with no sugar added and it's gluten-free. Live like the sun is always out. And now, it's time for High Noon Overtime.
Live like that sun's always out, ladies and gentlemen. Time for your High Noon Overtime. Get on the High Noon hotline right now. I'll take a few calls here, and then we'll get on with it. Bino, your thoughts on this topic and the execution therein?
I thought Joe came up with an excellent topic, and I've enjoyed the discussion. I think we've had, interesting ideas here.
And these are non-Tennessee related things. Did I get them all, Bri, or is there one I missed so far?
I think we missed Brian. We skipped Brian once, didn't we?
All right, we'll come back to you, Bri. Somebody on the YouTube chat said something that I want to acknowledge. They want to see faster games in 2026 and the diving to stop.
Those are good. Those are good. Tony, I think as a panel, we were actually for an international game, right? I was against it.
No, we're against international games.
Okay. All right. Good.
Yeah. I just think.
Oh, Boy Billy said he wanted to see that one flop over there. That's
right. It would just be cool as a one-off to see Tennessee play Notre Dame. Just a one-shot deal. Something fun. Let's go back to our phones without further ado and get our next call in. Hello and welcome in. You're on the air. Blake in Chattanooga.
How you doing, Tony?
Hey, Blake, welcome in.
Hey, so things I'm for and against. I am against Notre Dame until they pick a conference. I want to see them forced into a conference. Basketball's in the ACC. I see no reason why they can't be ACC in football. In my opinion, they're just trying to freeload their way into the playoffs with an easy schedule, and I'm against that. If they want to be a big program, go be in a conference.
Dino, that's a really good one. They're obnoxious, aren't they? This thing Notre Dame's getting away with.
It is, Tony. I think they've got a really good football team, but their schedule is absolute trash. So they're putting themselves up there to be left out.
Yep. Their schedule is straight garbage. They lose 2 games. There should be not 3, but 2 games. They should be absolutely eliminated.
Absolutely. Do they even play 2 real football teams?
Oh my gosh. I mean, I look it up to the living listener. I mean, how would you like to line up and play the schedule they're playing? You think about last year and they were like, we belonged in. No, you don't. No, you didn't. And no, you don't. This year, well, let me go to someone that tells me whether it's home or away. Footballschedules.com is a great resource. This year, they're versus Wisconsin in Green Bay. Then they play Rice at home, Michigan State at home. Then they're at Purdue, at North Carolina. Bino, stop me when they play a game that's losable. Versus Wisconsin and Green Bay, Rice, Michigan State at home, at Purdue, at North Carolina, Stanford. We're halfway through the schedule. They're at BYU versus Navy and Foxborough.
That may be a losable game.
Miami of Florida on 11-7. Catholics versus the Convicts.
That's a great game.
11-14 versus Boston College. 11-21 against SMU. And then they close the season at Syracuse. They play 3 games all year. Great stick by you, man. That's a really good one.
I've been saying that at the beginning of every season to my friends, and it's one of those things that annoys me.
Well, if they would play a pretty good schedule while they're doing this, okay, fine.
Yeah.
But that's not what they're doing here.
As against it, if they're just pulling out. They're going to practice most of their season.
And I would be bored, Bino. If we had their schedule, I would think that's a boring thing to do, to try and win 10 games against that schedule. That's not interesting, I don't think.
Put out a schedule that looked like that, we would catch hell for it.
Yes.
And then another thing I'm against, it was kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say cool, but it was different to see Vandy be good. But half of their fan base, at least, acts like they won the whole thing, and they still didn't make the playoffs. I think they need to get brought down to earth again real quick. So I am against Vandy.
Wow.
And I am for Miami being relevant because I think Miami being relevant and good at football is good for the game of football.
Yes. I agree with that. Bino enjoyed Vanderbilt's resurgence last year. I rankle some people when I say that Pavia is a Hall of Fame player in college football. Anybody that can do that with Vanderbilt's a Hall of Fame player. I don't care what the era is. That's Hall of Fame stuff.
Until Pavia was acting like a jerk clown.
Yep.
About everything he did.
Well,
then
the family was just plain. What kind of trash? I don't even know.
Unbearable.
They were brutal. The mom was brutal. The one brother got arrested in Neyland Stadium, and the other one was trying to get arrested.
Yeah. And then you got the mom out there working mid-game.
Yep. 39 and holding. Bino thinks she's nice looking.
Yeah.
Bino texted me and said the woman's good looking. Yep.
But I don't know. A lot of their fans, like at least the ones that I know and then cool with, they act like they won the whole deal. And it's just, y'all didn't make the playoffs. Like you had a good season. You beat us pretty good. I'll give you that. But you didn't make the playoffs. There's no reason to act like you won a championship.
Tony's Watermelon Sounds, Bino says, Tennessee wouldn't consistently win 10 games against Notre Dame's schedule this year. We historically struggle against many of those types of teams. Do you agree, Bino? Back to the original point about Notre Dame?
I think if we played that schedule year in, year out, we'd have a lot more 10-win seasons than we do now.
Thank you very little, because that is the path of least resistance. And I'm also being reminded, which is a great reminder, that USC pulled out of their series. USC did that when they joined the Big, whatever it is, the Big 18. Anything else for us, Blake, in the beautiful scenic city?
On my way out, I am for you, Tony, being able to pull for your friend's son, somebody seems like you're close with. I got no problem with you pulling for him. And I'm for Peyton Manning, hoping that his nephew has success. I have no problem with that.
Thank you, my brother. Yeah, some of these losers, I mean, these people over on YouTube, that was a slip, hate the guy because he's going to cheer for his nephew. I'm so proud of Bino for saying, if that's my nephew out there, I'm cheering for my nephew. Are you cheering for your nephew to win? Yes, I am. Yes. It's called Love Is Higher Than a Mountain. Love is thicker than water. Thank you, my friend. Blood is thicker than water. Pro's Neck Gator. Tony's Watermelon must be doing crack. I don't like the fact that my watermelon, Bino, has a handle in there. My watermelon didn't do anything to anybody. But my immune system made an appearance today over on
Classic.
That's so stupid. Brian Harmon.
I understand. Yeah. I think Notre Dame is contractually, they have to play like, 6 ACC teams? Isn't that what they're doing? Aren't they kind of a pseudo member of the ACC? And the ACC stinks right now, which doesn't help their schedule. They are playing Miami out of that, but that's still a schedule that you're just inviting them to leave you out.
Yep.
At the end, and I think Notre Dame had a football team that was better than teams in the playoffs last year.
I agree.
But it was the same type of thing.
Well, it's kind of like you're talking about with the Ohio State thing earlier in the show, which is a great thought. Ohio State and Texas last year. Texas gets punished for playing that game, and Notre Dame gets punished for not playing any games. Texas should get the fair shake before Notre Dame gets in playing that schedule. It's almost to the point where Notre Dame has 2 losable games on that schedule. Miami's a losable game. BYU at BYU is a losable game. What else? I mean, anything else, a huge upset.
I think anything else is kind of a stretch.
Huge upset. And they're loaded, too. The other thing about Notre Dame is they're loaded. They're spending a lot of money on the sport. They're not spending money on anything else. They quit caring about their basketball team. That's why Tennessee has the Harrelson kid on the roster. If Notre Dame cared about college basketball, that kid wouldn't be on Tennessee's roster. But they don't care.
You know, I don't know how long ago this Wisconsin game was scheduled. You know, Wisconsin happens to stink when they're on that schedule. But yeah, I mean, it's just a trash schedule. They better win 11 games.
Jinx Jones said that the Notre Dame game versus Wisconsin at Lambeau Field was a setup over a decade ago. Or was set up. They had no idea Wisconsin was going to be down. But yeah, the schedule's easy. Look, that's a great point. But here's the problem. Wisconsin's down. And North Carolina's not very good. Rice is Rice. They don't have Michigan on their schedule like they once did. They're not playing USC like they once did. I mean, at least they had some sense of credibility when they had games like that. I mean, this is horseshit. As a ticket buyer, this is what I'm going to pay for. My home games are Rice, Michigan State, Stanford, Miami, Boston College, SMU. Those are my home games. Compare that to what Tennessee's paying, and I guarantee you Notre Dame's ticket price is comparable to what Tennessee's charging. That's just ripping your fans off. That's all that is. It's cool that they're playing a game in Lambeau, though. Very cool. Even though I hate the idea of playing college games in pro stadiums. If there's one pro stadium that could be the exception to that rule, it would be that one. You know what I mean, Bino?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wisconsin playing in Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's different to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of where I'm coming from. My rule is no pro stadiums. Where the Packers play, for some reason, feels like an exception to the rule. Hypocrisy? Maybe. But it's not some antiseptic SoFi Stadium, Jerry's World. I mean, those things, the stadium in Charlotte, God bless it, and God bless America, has zero feel. I mean, the NFL game and the college game are two different things. One of the things that really separates them for those of us that love college ball is just the lack of pageantry. In NFL stadiums, they pump that crowd noise in. They do. I mean, you can tell me I'm lying. Tell me I've been there. I've done that. They pump crowd noise into those stadiums to make it sound more interesting for their television partners. The pro game's a totally different game than the college game. But we can all agree on this. High Noon has it absolutely going on. A week like this where I'm half working, half not, and Davey Boy's in another part of the house and he's half working and he's half not. High Noon's line of hard seltzers, always a winner, always next level. High Noon vodka seltzer comes in 14 flavors. Real vodka, real fruit juice, only 100 calories. There's no sugar added. Remember, black cherry is my go-to. Plus, it's gluten-free, but my go-to is black cherry. Does come in 14 flavors, though. High Noon iced tea, 6 refreshing flavors, including peach and lemon. There's also green tea and half in that line. And then the High Noon tequila seltzer as well, 6 refreshing flavors, including my favorite, blood orange. You will live like the sun is always out. Brought to you by your High Noon Spirits Company. 21 and over. Please enjoy responsibly. Let's get another call in and then get out of here. On a month. Get out of here. Let's get W. Lynn in here. W. Lynn, welcome in.
No W. Lynn.
Oh. All right. Bri, is that it for calls? Did you have another one you wanted to add, Bri, or are you done?
I like I had the Notre Dame one. Shamed them into joining a league.
Yep.
But since he took that up, I hope North Dakota State has a good year in the FCS or FBS.
That's a good one, Bri. That's a good one. Fight on. Tell me about it, Bri. NDSU. Tell me a little bit about them.
They're joining the Mountain West this year, and they're not going to play their traditional rivals that they played every year. And you're not going to see them in the FCS playoffs where they traditionally dominated the last decade or so. And that's going to free that up. So I want to see them continue to have success. I think that they're a program that could definitely go into the FBS and beat some teams, beat some low-quality group of 5 schools.
They're kind of like James Madison 3 or 4 years ago. We drove past it, and I told you where they're situated. If they ever got serious about football, they could compete because they could get ball players out of D.C. They could get ball players out of Baltimore. They could get it's located in a decent spot for that reason. Little did I know when we were talking, Bino, that Signetti was sitting on their campus. How about those apples, Bino? And that really promising coach from Vanderbilt was sitting on their campus. Who's now making noise at Vanderbilt. But Brian's
amazing.
right. Yeah, Brian's right about that, about North Dakota State. Those teams are already loaded. Those really, really good 1AA team. And when I'm saying loaded, I mean against the middle to middle bottom of Division I football. They could absolutely compete out there in that Mountain West Conference. Very little doubt
North
of that.
Dakota State isn't really close to a great population base, but
they
do have a whole state behind them.
And they get ball players, man.
And they can't get enough players in the right kind.
They get ball players. They'll run San Diego State's ass off the field, Bino. I'm going to check the date of that game. San Diego State is getting ready to get their candy ass run right off the field. Bino, will you join me in that by NDSU?
That's a good one. I like that, Brian. I like that.
Do you believe they'll beat San Diego State, Bino, like they're mad at them?
I'll take the Bison.
To literally run their ass off the field.
Not sure, but I'll take the Bison to win that game.
To beat them like they're mad at them. Bino, say it with me. Say it loud. Say it proud. Brian Hartman, North Dakota State schedule this year. In case you're interested, let's see here. I'm over at collegefootballschedule.com. And are they listing their record here? Their schedule? Okay, here it is. Bino, their money game against San Diego State. San Diego State better be damn. Oh, you know what? San Diego State's going to that new PAC conference this year, aren't they, Bri?
Yep, they're in the Pac-12.
There you go. So this is who North Dakota State has this year. They got Jacksonville State. They got Fordham. They're at Air Force. They're at Sacramento State. They got Wyoming, at UNLV, Nevada, at New Mexico. Avicado from New Mexico.
I run that New Mexico team off like they were going to do San Diego State.
They've got UTEP. It doesn't work with. I was doing a bit for a friend of mine. They got at Hawaii. They got Northern Illinois. They got at San Jose. They might go undefeated. They might win them all. Brian Hartman, you might get your wish.
And what shame is they won't get to play in a bowl game. I don't think they can participate because they're first year in FBS.
Year one.
Hey, Bino, Julie Herman's roast beef needs to be brought under wing here. Wants to know why you're pronouncing it bison, Bino. Explain that to Julie Herman's roast beef.
Oh, you don't want to call them the Bison in front of any of their fans. I made that mistake at a Yankee Twins game in Minnesota.
He's right.
We are the Bison. Oh, well, excuse me.
You know what it's like, Bino? You know what it's like? It's like calling I lost my train of thought as I picked my guitar up. Yeah, their name, it's like calling App State Appy State. When we played Appalachian State, I called them Appy State, and Dale Jones was like, "What's an Appy State, dude? It's App State." And they get very angry if you call them Appy State. They don't respond to that. Fun show today, guys. I'm really looking forward to this season. I'm really looking forward to Tennessee basketball continuing to go rogue. And that's a fun topic. If you think of others and you want to email me, commonfan@gmail.com, I'd love to hear from you. Brian or Bino, any final thoughts here on the way out? You guys have been great.
Yeah, it's another fun show, Tony. And Brian and I have you on Friday.
Boom!
Just kick back.
All right. So will you now answer me a question on the way out here?
Yes.
Are you going to, on the way out, okay, will it be Festivus too? Or are you going to reel it back in?
We will.
No,
we will just leave that up in the air.
No, just one day of Festivus. One day of Festivus.
We might have our own Festivus. You can rip us.
By the way, New Mexico State North Dakota State this year, Jinx Jones is telling me, got an exemption this year, Brian. They can play in a bowl game. They're bowl eligible.
Awesome. Ooh, beautiful. That's good. That's a dumb rule anyway. What the heck?
A really stupid ass rule. Yes. Yes. That is a really, with all these teams that are jumping around these leagues, and it's what is that? Some kind of punishment, Bino, that you can't go to a bowl game?
I don't know. What is that? Is that like freshman hazing or something? That's stupid.
It's such a great way of putting that. Like, we're just going to haze you. We're just gonna treat you like a lowlife for one more year, even though you're now in our midst. Bino, Brian, that was a lot of fun. Till we meet again, for all those behind the scenes, my name's Basilio. He's Brian Hartman. That's Bino Jeff Henderson. We love you. Tomorrow, TGMD, Brian, myself, we come back. We have a full new set of problems that we're going to solve. I mean, and believe me, we're going to solve those problems. Shout out to our friends at High Noon. Shout out to Marcos Garza, the Garza Law Firm. It will not be long. It's literally 1 month away from Saturday. We're going to be live down at Calhoun's, your Taste of Tennessee. It's going to be back in full swing once again. I mean, guys, we're almost there. We are almost there. Almost there. We are almost there. Almost there. Till we meet again, appreciate you. Peace. GBO.